What's up, friends? Welcome to a day in the life of a Psych RN. I work in the adolescent Psych unit, and today I'm going to take you along my day. Some of these days are filmed separately because every single day is different. And sorry for the blinker noise, I'm on my way, obviously. Every single day is different, so some days I have time to film more, sometimes I don't. And of course, guys, you know this is HIPAA, so I cannot show everything. So I can only show you a little bit, really, and I could just speak to you about my day. So that's what you guys will expect. So good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a great morning. So for those guys who don't know already, who are new to my channel, hi. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. My name is Kimberly. I think this past October of 2021 would have made me 8 years as an LPN, and the end of November will make me 1 year as an RN. So yes, I've been in this game for 8 years, almost a decade as a nurse, and I feel like I went through a lot. I feel like I don't let people mess with me anymore, whether it's agencies, whether it's, you know, employers, whether it's staff. I feel like I have amassed a great amount of knowledge to the point where I know what's right, I know what's not right. I do my work how I'm supposed to, and I expect to be compensated for that in every way, okay? So that's one thing you guys will learn. So I'm still like a brand new nurse in the sense of brand new RN, but I'm not a brand new nurse, you know? But a lot of people think because I look so young, a lot of people think that I'm a new nurse, when the truth is that's not true. I did start nursing very young, and one day I'll reveal to y'all my age, don't worry. I keep saying that every year, but really I will. But yeah, so I love working at my adolescent unit because I feel like a big sister, honestly. Yes, a lot of times in my job I do feel like a big sister. Sometimes the girls make me feel like a mom when they're like, can I? And I'm like, no. So I'm learning some disciplinarian skills for when I have a child and they become an adolescent, like 15, 16, and oh my god, it's crazy, but I'm not too far. All right guys, so I'm about to clock in. This is my ID. Isn't it so cute? I can't show the place where I work, but this is my ID. It's really cute, right? So if you guys want this cover, I will leave an affiliate link down below. I have to say it's affiliate link. And this is, I bought this on Amazon too, this RN thing. It's supposed to be longer than that to like show like bam, RN, but it doesn't, and that's okay. And I also bought this light off of Amazon just because it's a light and like a it's also a body alarm. You just pull this thing right here and it makes a loud noise, you know, because this neighborhood is not the best, and this light, because when I come out of work, I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. When I come out of work, it's so dark, so just to have that flashlight just in case, and you know, just to search the girls' rooms if we have to do a contraband search, and you know, just for personal safety. And I have this little small cute black Sharpie marker that I also received on Amazon. I will leave an affiliate link. And this cute little pen I found on Amazon, I'll leave an affiliate link. But I didn't know that it only has, like, it writes in blue, and you know, nursing you have to write in black. Okay guys, so yeah, I hope today's a great day. So if you see the quality of the video change, I apologize. It's like it looks really weird if I'm being a big chunky camera. It doesn't make any sense. Try being a big chunky camera to work. So yeah, so I work in an adolescent girls unit. The girls are great. I gotta relieve this nurse. So yeah, so I'll see y'all. Hey guys, so when I first come in, the nurse gives me a report sheet. So this is the report sheet. Of course, I can't show you the real one. So in that empty box right there to your left where I'm pointing at, that's where you put the patient's picture. It has their date of birth, their ID number, and their diagnosis, precipitating events. Everything in this box will obviously be filled out. And to your far right, you'll have your comments where the nurse will put information. So every morning I have to sign off that I use these purple wipes to disinfect the phones, the keyboard, the mouse, blood pressure cuff, just basically everything around. It's so satisfying when you disinfect the phone and see that shiny after. Like, comment down below if you love like cleaning. It's like so satisfying after. So the next thing I do as a charge nurse is I fill out this assignment sheet and basically appoint who's responsible for what, break times, my medication nurse, my charge nurse, and my MHT, patient's full names and everything. So you have to make sure everything is set just in case an emergency happens, everybody's accounted for. This next paperwork is basically my charge nurse checklist. Basically, I have to go through all of this and make sure I've completed all of these signs. Just little things like make sure you turn in your boundary violation sheet. Make sure you all open insulin are dated and expired. Even though I'm not giving any medications at all. If I didn't mention that as a charge nurse, I'm not giving any medications at all. But I still have to make sure everything is good. If it's patient signed AMA, ECT checklist, everything has to be completed. Then for each of our patients, we do a daily nursing assessment. So we have to fill out the front part right here. And then we have to do the back part. The back part is basically we have to do it in burp format. If you guys want me to go over how to do a burp, no, I can. But it's pretty lengthy. So we do half. The day shift does half and the night shift does the other half. Okay. All right, guys. So I just received a report from the nurse. So I disinfected everything. That's one of my responsibilities as a charge nurse. I disinfected everything, and I made the, assignment sheet. I did the assignment sheet. So basically in the assignment sheet, I may be able to show you, but basically in the assignment sheet, you put the names of all the patients. You put the name of your name, the med tech's name, your name, the med nurse's name. And right now I have an LVN working. Right now I have an LVN working with me, and she's gonna be the med nurse. And we also have an MHT, mental health technician. So I put their break times. We don't usually always follow the break times because sometimes it gets kind of hectic and you don't have that much time to take a break. Sometimes I take little breaks throughout my day, honestly. But sometimes I do have a good solid break, but either way, we have to do what we gotta do. And then we put the rounds, like who's responsible for this rounds, who's responsible for different stuff. So like like for example, disinfect. I am responsible for disinfecting. I like to disinfect, make sure everything is clean. And who's responsible for stat labs, EKGs, just different little stuff. I would write their names, they're responsible. And we have a board that we write, say today is November something, and who's the charge nurse, I'll put my name. Who's the medication nurse, I'll put my medication nurse's name. By the way, anyone, the RN could be a medication nurse too, it really doesn't matter, but because I was hired for charge nurse, that's the role that I put on for. So the med tech's name, unit rules. So some of the rules we have here is like no food in the room, no sharps in the room, of course, return all pencils and markers, make sure that the day room is clean. Just be respectful, go to groups. When there's groups going on, we do turn off the television. Some patients are on unit restriction. So basically we have a little separate board where we put the patient's names and the census. So if a patient is on unit restriction, that basically means that they cannot leave the unit. Sometimes it's because of behavior. Maybe they acted out, maybe they fought someone on the unit, or sometimes it's because the doctor hasn't seen them yet. So when we have a new admission, they are automatically on unit restriction because the doctor has to see it. The doctor has to come, assess them, evaluate them, see if they're sane enough to leave the unit. So when they leave the unit, of course, they're always accompanied by someone. Even in an adult unit, they're okay, guys. So when it comes to band, so the patients can be on red band or green band. So basically what it means is that if the patient is on red band, they cannot leave the unit whatsoever. If the patient is on green band, that means they can leave the unit. Of course, they're leaving the unit accompanied by a staff member, staff or staffs with an S. So if there's a certain amount of people, they have to be accompanied by 2 staff members. Okay, so when they are in red band, that means that so every patient that is newly admitted is automatically on red band. Once the doctor has seen them and assessed them, when they clear them, then they will be on green band. So usually once the doctor sees them, they're like, okay, she can be on green band. But as soon as they're firstly admitted, they're always on red band. If they have a behavior issue, if they were fighting or whatever, if they have an elopement risk, they try to elope, they are automatically on red band. If their behavior changes, then they could go back to green band. Get it? So yeah, so that's with the band situation. So we got 3 people on red band right now, and that is just because they are newly admitted. So today we have 15 patients, 16 is full house. I have 15 patients, 15 girls, and they are eating on the unit today. So that's another thing. The girls do go downstairs. The patients, doesn't matter, I work in the girls unit, but the patients do go downstairs and outside through the courtyard into the cafeteria to eat their lunch and their breakfast and their dinner. But there's schedules to it. So there's only like 2 units, I think, allowed downstairs in the cafeteria. I usually don't take them because I'm the charge nurse. So as a charge nurse, I'm supposed to be staying on the unit and just making sure the MILU is safe, like everything is good. If the doctors have any questions, they'll come ask me. If parents call, I'm supposed to be answering them. The parents. That's another story. But sometimes, like, as long as you give a thorough assessment with the parents, like as long as you work with the parents, I believe that they work with you, and as long as you're empathetic too. Like if you're a parent of a child in a psychiatric facility, I'm not gonna say I understand, but I get it. Like any parent would be worried if their kid is in any kind of hospital. But so yeah, so anyways, yeah guys, so today we got 15 patients, and I'll come back to you guys. Just keep reporting because, you know, I cannot show you guys a lot because of HIPAA and all this stuff. I'm not trying to go to jail. Okay. I'm trying to go to jail for YouTube. But today I'm feeling good. I'm wearing my, this is not sponsored by the way, but I'm wearing my Luxe Curves sweatband, and it has been helping me. I wear it every single day, and it has just been helping my back posture because this job requires a lot of movement, and sometimes I do sit a little bit, but it does require a lot of movement. And a lot of times when you sit, you don't realize your posture is really bad. And for those guys who've been watching my channel for a while now, y'all know I had back issues when I was a child. I had a slight curve on my back, and I had to go to physical therapy, blah, blah, blah. So I am someone who have to really watch my back and my posture. So I wear this to support my back. I realize my posture is a lot better. My stomach is being cinched in. So my stomach is not small enough to wear my waist trainer that I bought, because I bought a waist trainer but it's in the size small. I need to lose a couple more pounds, and we're going to talk about that later during the lunch break. I need to lose a couple more pounds before I can wear my waist trainer with the hooks and everything. But for now, this is working great, and I feel very good today. I had a really nice dinner. I had a salad with some chicken. I sat with some side of chicken from Chipotle. You guys know I work 7 days a week currently. That's about to change soon because I need a mental break. But yeah guys, yeah, this is supposed to be about day in the life of a psych nurse. So yeah, so I did all my stuff like I told you guys before, my report and everything. So now I'm gonna work on my notes. Today is Wednesday. That's another thing. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I don't work Fridays or Mondays the way my schedule is set up. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have something called treatment team, where all the therapists, the nurses, the charge nurses, and the doctors convene via Zoom because, you know, COVID, and we discuss the pertinent patients, like patients who are going to be discharged, patients who are having issues. So we discuss it. So I would sit down, and that's the time when I would take advantage of this time to do my daily burps. So my burps are my assessment notes. Burps stand for B as in behavior, I as in intervention, R as in response, and P as in planning. So if you guys want a sample burp note, just let me know and I will make a separate video on that, because I feel like that should be a separate video. And then yeah, so I do my burp notes. So the burp notes have to be on each and every one of the patients. Sometimes the nurse working with you will help you out, but it's an assessment. So the LPN that's working with me today technically cannot help me complete it. I know she would if she could. She's a very nice lady. I love working with her. She's that kind of team player that you want on your team. I love the people I'm working with today. I love my MHTs. I love my nurses. Like, for the most part, everybody does what they're supposed to do. So yeah, I thank God for that. So I have 15 patients. That means I have to do half. So basically I have to do assessment on all the patients, but like the front page, but on the back where you have to write out the whole burp note, like a lengthy detail of what's going on, I have to do half of it, and then the night nurse will do half. Some nurses do it different. Some nurses say the AM will do the A beds and the night people will do the B beds. But on my floor, on Unit 5, on my floor, I just do half of the notes and I leave half of the other notes, the back part, for the night. So both day and night shift do assessment on all the patients, but half of the burp, which is the full length assessment, is for AM, half of it is for PM. Okay, I hope that's not confusing. And yeah, and if it's uneven, I do leave the extra one for the night, just because the day shift is way more hectic. I mean, guys, we will get into this later because I'm spending too much time in here, but like the day shift could sometimes pop off. That's when the patients are awake. That's when things are likely to happen. Shots can be given, codes can be called. Oh, we're gonna talk about codes later, but yeah, so stay tuned. All right guys, so now I'm at the treatment team meeting. It's about to start. Usually when I have my treatment team meeting, like I said, I take advantage and I start doing my notes, my daily notes that I have to do, you know, after I did assessment and spoke to the girls this morning. So this is the time I like to take opportunity to eat my breakfast, because sometimes it takes a while for the doctors to get here. So we do use a unit phone right here to access Zoom. I'm not going to open it obviously, but we access the Zoom meeting since it's via Zoom. And we basically wait till the doctors come. So for breakfast, I'm having these apple fries. Obviously, I've started to eat them already. So yeah. So the most important thing, like in the morning, is to, the same way when I was an LPN, when I would make sure that I get all my oh, sorry, I'm just realizing this. So I brought a ginger tea from home. I just realized it says something on it. It says, be kind to others, but always be compassionate to yourself. I need to work on that. But anyways, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So just like in the nursing home as an LPN, when you want to make sure that you get your, for those of you guys who've been watching me for a while, my LPN videos, you get your medications out the way, even if it's a good day, even if you're on a good floor. It's the same thing. Every time I come, I want to get my notes out the way. But what I do is, so for example, since today we have 15, like I said before, I do half. I did 5 notes so far. I'm on my 5th note, just in case we have a discharge or, God forbid, an incident that happened. I have 2 notes that are not done, so I don't have to do extra work, because that don't make any sense. So I'm doing 5 and I'm leaving 2 empty. So then around like 4 or 5-ish, if I see nothing happens, then I will just do it. Okay, so that way, if we have, well, we only have one empty bed that's left for an assessment, for an admission. So that way, if I have an admission, I don't have to worry about, oh my god, I have all these assessments to do. And then I also have to do skin checks every day for these girls because some of them, you know, unfortunately cut. So I have time to do the skin assessment. You know, God forbid anything happens. You know, sometimes documentation could go a long time, and I do not want to be here until 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I want to go home at 7:30 on a dot. So yeah, that's a tip for you guys. Like, if you're working, whatever you're working, get the miscellaneous jobs out the way. Get it done. All right, guys? See ya. Hey guys, so it's like 1 something right now. In the middle of my shift, I always like to freshen up with some perfume. My sister taught me this trick. Spray it on your clothes. Look at my eyes. I obviously need more sleep. Okay. All right. All sprayed up. Always get compliments on how good I smell. Right now I'm using Sweet Pea from Bath & Body. I just love it. It's cheap, so I just respray it, and I put my expensive, it's not that expensive, but I put my perfume in the morning, and then I respray throughout the day. So right now my adolescent kids, my patients, they're in group right now. All right guys, so now I am on my break. As you guys see, I have a nice salad. I bought a chicken ranch salad from HEB, and guys, I get so hungry, like, it's no joke. I get so hungry. So I'm gonna put some tuna on top of it because my appetite is crazy. Like, I just eat a lot. So the good thing about this new diet that I'm on, or this new lifestyle change, is that I could eat as much vegetables and lettuce as possible, since for some reason that's how my body tells myself, okay, she's okay. I have some apples and grapes in there. So I'm about to enjoy my lunch. While I do that, I'm gonna work on some things for my tutoring session. For those guys who don't know, I do tutor. If you guys do need some help, hit me up on Instagram. Not advertising it, because right now I have a lot of work I'm doing, but if you made it for this far to this video, y'all know, y'all can email me. I tutor NCLEX and MedSurg, so let me know. All right guys, hey guys, so now it's about 5:25. Yay, only an hour and a half left till closing. I get to go home. So the girls are outside in the courtyard, so that's another thing that we do let them go out in the courtyard. So my tech would take them out to the courtyard for them to get some fresh air. So that's what's going on right now. And I just discharged one patient. This other patient is due to be discharged, but she's coming at 8, so I leave at 7. But I already prepared all the work, so the night nurse only has to like just sign with the patient. So that's the thing about psych. If you're working on an adolescent unit, everything has to have consent. So if I was working in an adult unit, for example, I don't have to wait for the parent to come upstairs to come pick them up to sign. But in the adolescent, sorry guys, I'm kind of tired, but in the adolescent, when you're working on the adolescent floor, the parent has to come up and they will sign all the paperwork. If you work on the adult floor, of course they'll sign their own paperwork. Paperwork that they sign, they get a copy of. So this is how it goes. I think I should make a separate video about discharging a patient, but they basically sign a Medicare appeal form. They could call on a number if they want to appeal to Medicare, if they feel like their patient's not ready to leave. They sign their medication list, like the medications that are sent to the pharmacy, so that they know, hey, pick up your medications at this pharmacy. I think the doctor gives them a 14-day supply. Then they have to follow up with their primary psychiatrist. What else they have? They have copies of their labs if labs were drawn, a school note if they need. Some of them don't need, and their belongings, their discharge plan, like their follow-up appointments. All of that is necessary for to sign to cover our backs, to say, hey, we're not just letting you go, we're letting you go. We did our discharge safety plan. We have confirmed that you either have a firearm, because you know it's Texas, you either have a firearm and it's locked up safe where the child cannot reach it, or the adult cannot reach it, or if you don't have a firearm, we make sure that they go away knowing that we plan some appointments for you. If you can't make it, here's a phone number to change it, and so on and so forth. So, you know, the whole point of discharge, the reason why it's so important is we want to make sure that, sorry guys, we want to make sure that sorry guys, I'm gonna put this on top of this water. We want to make sure that everything is signed so that they know that, hey, we didn't just leave the patient like that. So I just did one discharge, and then after they sign everything, I have to make a copy. I have to make a copy for the supervisor. Supervisor gets a copy of the satisfaction survey. I always love when they put my name. I love when they put my name on the satisfaction survey, because it's like, they always like to put my name, by the way. Parents love me, the patients love me. I'm just me. No, but I try to give excellent customer service because I really like psych. I really like what I do. I feel like working on this unit has taught me how to love myself, because I'm here telling these young 15, 16-year-old girls like different coping mechanisms, different coping skills they can use, and like how to love themselves and stuff like that. And some of these girls have really depressing stories. Like, if you knew what they went through, guys, all I can say is take care of your children if you have your children, and if you want children, take care of your children. Like, I don't have kids yet, but it's showing me that, wow, like, parents have a huge role on a child's life, like a huge, like a 95% role. And I know parents are going through their stuff too, but like, watch your kid, like ask your kid how is their day. Like, that is so important. And now growing up in these times and with social media, it's really crazy. So I love working in psych. I really do. The only thing I don't like is the new grad pay though, but that's gonna change soon because I'm gonna be a year RN at the end of November. Woo woo. So yeah guys, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm really tired. Oh, one thing I want to talk about is codes. We do have codes. So SOS is kind of like if we need help if the patient's getting rowdy, and code green is when a patient's really getting rowdy, like trying to jump the nurse's station. Some patients will try to jump over the nurse's station, try to hit people, hit staff, spit at staff. That will be a code green, and everybody, nurses, techs from other places, will come and help you quick. All right guys, I'll see y'all. All right, so hey guys, sorry my battery died. I just came from work, so work was good. I don't know if I'm gonna end the video here or if I'm gonna continue it tomorrow. We shall see. But what I like to do is quickly change my clothes so that I can head to the gym.